Every Latina in tech knows, or any women of color in tech knows, that we have to be 5 times better than our white male counterparts. Part of my role as a Latina entrepreneur is showing people what's possible and showing other Latinas that it's possible to start a tech company and raise venture capital and begin creating technology-focused solutions within our own problems and within our own communities. I realized that it was much easier to build debt in America than it is to build wealth. That's what really inspired me to begin a company that basically helps us think long-term. It's important for women of color to be leaders in technology, to work within technology, because technology is really defining the future of what our society looks like. And if we don't have a role to play in that, the inequalities that we're facing right now are only going to begin to worsen. When I was younger, I really struggled with my identity as a Latina, as a woman in tech. I think that because I didn't see any examples of that in the past, it was harder to imagine that. But as I've gotten older, I've really, begun to feel a lot more comfortable in my own skin. And being Latina and a Latina in tech, being a daughter of immigrants, my parents obviously wanted me to have a really stable career path, and entrepreneurship isn't always as stable as they would like. And I think that part of that's also bridging the cultural gap with my family, and then also bridging the cultural gap between me and the technology industry, which right now doesn't have a lot of representation or people that look like me. A lot of times when you walk into a room and maybe you're the only Latina, and that can feel a little isolating. Over time you get used to it, but I'm working hard not to be desensitized to that, because I really want to be someone that inspires more people to begin thinking about this type of career path. I've been really working to encourage and inspire more Latinas to begin thinking about starting tech companies, go into software engineering. And so I think that that is improving over time, but I think that we still have a long way to go. The easy answer is fund more women of color, but I think that a bigger part is having an open mind. And also, I think the other part is exposure. And I think exposure on both sides. For women of color, they need more exposure in technology, and for the technology industry, they need more exposure to women of color. One big part of creating change within the technology industry is democratizing networks and democratizing access. Part of being an entrepreneur is imagining a new reality, and I think that having a supportive community is really important. I think that people get paralyzed by fear, they get paralyzed by doubt, and they forget why they wanted to start it in the first place. And I think that if you focus on your mission and your vision, that everything else will fall into place.